This is Real News Media TV, coverage you can trust. Please like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates. Woman hospitalized following gun attack on artist in Manchester. Police say a woman has been hospitalized following Wednesday morning's gun attack in Russell's Place in Manchester, which claimed the life of entertainer Elegance God. The entertainer's real name is Orlando Smith, and the woman were in a Benz sedan motor car shortly after 3 a.m. when gunmen opened fire on them. In giving an update to the news, head of the Manchester Police Superintendent Shane McCullough said the woman's injuries are not considered life-threatening. Police theorize that the killing is linked to illicit activities in St. Elizabeth. The entertainer was later pronounced dead at hospital. Jamaican man wanted for murder held in Cayman deported. The Jamaica Constabulary Force is reporting that Rudolph Boxer Shaw is now in the custody of Jamaican police. Shaw was deported to Jamaica on Wednesday morning after he was captured in the Cayman Islands on Friday, July 8. Shaw of Homestead in Spanish Town, St. Catherine, was listed among 11 wanted men for the parish in June. He is wanted for murder and shooting with intent in relation to 2 incidents committed at 31 St. John's Road in the parish in September 2021 and May 2022, as well as the murder of Romaine Robinson, committed in April 2019. Increase in number of calls to CrimeStop in 2021. There was an increase in the number of calls to CrimeStop from 679 in 2020 to 685 in 2021. An analysis of calls received showed that 28% was in relation to illegal firearms and ammunition, 24.7% for gunmen, 6.7% for wanted persons, 6.1% for drug-related, 5.5% for lottery scamming, and 4.8% for murder. This is contained in the Planning Institute of Jamaica 2021 Economic and Social Survey. The report noted that the 67 arrests made were for various crimes, including murder 4, illegal possession of firearm 23, illegal possession of drugs 14, and the breaches of the Disaster Risk Management Act 2021 11. Similar to 2020, the ratio of success to calls investigated was 1 to 8, the document said. As a result of information received, the following were seized or recovered: 36 illegal firearms, 582 rounds of ammunition, 166.2 kilograms of cured marijuana, and 900 marijuana seedlings. A total of 7.3 hectares of marijuana cultivation was also discovered. The value of narcotics seized or discovered was approximately $12.7 million, and the value of property recovered was approximately $5.2 million, while $5.7 million was paid out in rewards, the report stated. Since its inception, CrimeStop has received 30,013 calls, of which 23,656 have been investigated. This has led to the arrest of 2,781 persons, 357 for murder, the seizure of narcotics valuing more than $865.6 million, and the recovery of property valuing approximately $265.4 million. In addition, some $55.1 million has been paid out in rewards, of which $36.7 million was contributed by the Ministry of National Security and $15.2 million from the National Crime Prevention Fund, which operates a CrimeStop. Man wanted for murder of Chinese couple killed by police. Tommy Thompson, who was listed as wanted in connection with last December's murder of a Chinese couple in Bellevue near Southfield in St. Elizabeth, was shot dead during a confrontation with police on Tuesday night. A senior police source said Thompson was shot and killed in Bloomsbury District in the Newmarket police area about 10:40 p.m. after he allegedly attacked the police with a machete. In March, he had managed to elude the police on the Holland Bamboo Main Road during a shootout. Thompson was being sought by the police following the double murder after he and the 2 gunmen were caught on a closed-circuit television posing as customers in Jojo supermarket before killing Hye Kong Wong, 48, a businesswoman, and Shi Young-shu, 53, a businessman of Bellevue District. The police said the business owners were killed during a robbery at the business place. The police added that they were alerted to the robbery at about 7:20 p.m. On their arrival, the Chinese nationals were found lying in a pool of blood. They were taken to the hospital, where Shu was pronounced dead and one succumbed at about 8:15 p.m. 2 brothers have since been charged with the double murder and are before the court. Police say Thompson was also wanted for several counts of shooting with intent and illegal possession of firearm. 2 women killed, several injured in Westmoreland bus crash. 2 women died and several others were injured this morning after a passenger bus ran off the road and crashed into a gully in Seaford Town, Westmoreland. One of the deceased has been identified as Yasmin Kerr, who lived in Dundee, Westmoreland. The incident happened around 7 o'clock. The police report that the bus, which plies the Seaford Town to Montego Bay route, was traveling from Westmoreland towards St. James. On reaching a section of the Seaford Town main road, the driver reportedly lost the control of the bus, which ran off the road and overturned into a gully. Several of the passengers, including the 2 women, sustained injuries. They succumbed at the scene. The injured persons, including the driver, were transported to a hospital for treatment. Fire destroys sections of historic Whitfield Hall. A fire this morning destroyed sections of the historic Whitfield Hall property in the Blue Mountains in St. Thomas. The cause of the fire is yet to be determined. One of the owners, John Allgrove, said the main house, a cottage, and an outside kitchen were gutted. He said the blaze was discovered by staff. Allgrove said there were no guests at the property at the time of the fire. The blaze started about 4 a.m. at the cottage and quickly spread. There were no injuries. An estimate of the loss is yet to be ascertained, but it is believed to be in the millions. Established in 1776, Whitfield Hall is a historic house and a working Blue Mountain coffee farm. In the Klansman trial, defense lawyers attack credibility of ex-gangster turned state witness. Defense lawyers in the Klansman one-down gang trial this morning continued their attack on the credibility of one of the prosecution's main witnesses, with one attorney branding him a liar. Okuna Noble, during her closing argument today, urged the court to find that the ex-gangster was not a witness of truth. She also asked the judge to find that her client, Dwight Jim Brown Hall, was not a member of the gang or was involved in the murder of 2 men at a netball court in Rivoli, St. Catherine. Noble pointed out that the witness had named her client among men who were allegedly seen beating the 2 men on the night in question. But she argued that the fact that he had also named defendant Pete Miller, who prison records have shown to have been in jail at the time, proves that his account cannot be trusted. The witness was lying, she said. She also contended that there were inconsistencies in his testimony. Noble said although the witness had indicated that he was able to see what was happening at the netball court with the help of light coming from a nearby house, on the cross-examination, he was unable to state definitively where the light source was located. She also noted that he had testified that her client was a don and that he run things, but later walked back his comment by saying, "Hall no control no way." According to her, not only is his evidence corroborated, but there are several serious inconsistencies in his account. Meanwhile, the attorney for defendant Kevon Green, the brother of reputed leader Andre Blackman Bryan, argued that the prosecution had not laid any evidence to prove that he was a member of the gang or that the gang existed. Shannon Clark said the witness's account that her client had escorted his brother to his house and was there playing a video game does not prove that he was a gang member. According to the attorney, no evidence was presented to establish that Green had participated in any plot to murder anyone, was involved in any gang meeting, or had extorted anyone. She too asked the court to find her client not guilty of being a gang member. Clark also urged the judge to bear in mind that one of the prosecution witnesses did not mention her client in any of his numerous statements, and the first spoke about him in court. She then urged the judge to find that that material omission renders the credibility of the witness unreliable. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates.